is really amazing about the Diary of Anne Frank is her honesty and openness. And the characters that she draws are so realistic because she observed these people in the attic.
There's something we need to talk over. Something that needs to be decided immediately.
What? What is it? Mr. Crowler?
Each time we come, we try to bring a bit of good news, but up here you just can't know how bad it's become outside.
There's a dentist, Alfred Dussel. He's Jewish. He's been living with a Christian woman, but today he asked if I knew of a safe address. He's desperate. I said I'd let him know.
They observed the relationships that were happening within the attic and her own relationships within her family and also within the family that came to stay with them and joined them. And then they also had a dentist that joined them as well, so there were 8 of them altogether. She describes everyone in such detail and with such understanding of their characters that it makes it a really, really human story. In order to really bring out the themes of these monologues, I felt that it would be absolutely wonderful if we could add music and dance to those pieces. And so I approached Peter, who's a cellist, and asked him if he would consider composing some music for us, because I felt that cello and violin would be particularly appropriate for the themes of the play.
I've been inspired by kind of Stravinsky. I've definitely drawn on some of his rhythmic aspects in his music. It's mostly rhythm and kind of a melodic narrative rather than I've written some melodies or tunes. Because at the end of the day, it's to underline what the dancers are doing. I don't want to create like a tune. So there's quite a lot of rhythm. There's a strong Jewish element as well, but I've had to kind of tone that down to an extent because, you know, she's only a young girl. But she is Jewish, so that's definitely there in all the music. It's the kind of classical music you would get the contemporary composers writing in the 40s.
Vicky, the choreographer, has also choreographed some beautiful dance pieces.
Each piece is to represent a different emotion that Anne feels and that Anne can write in her diary but is unable to express physically. Express the emotions and feelings in a physical way, aligning with the text, aligning with her own words. So that's the main challenge, to interpret those words, you know, in a way that conveys those feelings.
Seeing myself in your place, you're a reminder of what my fate might have been. What will we do if we're... No, I mustn't write that down. But the question won't go away. It looms before me in absolute horror.
There's definitely a lot of pressure because Anne was obviously a real person, and it's important to me that I tell her story right, because of course we don't want people to ever forget what atrocities happened in the Holocaust, and the story is a very good example of, though there was obviously despair, there was also some happy times and joy, and I think it's very important to be wary, obviously, and sensitive when approaching the topic, but also to just give it my all, do as much research, you know, listen to experts of her diary and kind of just really immerse myself in the role and think, you know, what would Anne as a 13-year-old and then at the end of the play a 15-year-old would do? How would she say this?
We want to tell Anne's story to our best ability because she said in her diary that she wanted to live on after her death. And I think her writing has done that, and I think, you know, that's what we want to do. We want to help Anne's diary to live on long, long after her death, and we want to remember her. We don't want her to be forgotten because she was an amazing and wonderful girl.